think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists. But they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years.
The View is facing what could be its biggest scandal yet, one that might sink the show for good. The cause? Karoline Leavitt, a bold, unapologetic conservative who just turned their latest smear campaign into an $800 million legal nightmare. Now, Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and Sunny Hostin are reportedly in full-blown panic mode, scrambling behind the scenes to contain the fallout. For a show known for relentless attacks on political opponents, the tables have turned in a major way. Sources say the lawsuit isn't just a setback, it's a potential financial disaster that could bring The View to an end. The same hosts who once dished out criticism without hesitation are now the ones pleading for mercy. Will they find a way out? Or is this the beginning of the end for daytime TV's most controversial panel?
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay,
now, as
I'm
for
sorry,
this
guys.
debate,
We're going to come back out to the panel. Karoline, thank you very much for your time. That was so good.
These women are completely out of touch with reality, and you're right, ABC.
We're looking at a legal battle so massive that The View's biggest stars could take a serious financial hit if it doesn't go their way. Reports say Whoopi Goldberg, Joy Behar, and Sunny Hostin are privately pleading with Karoline Leavitt to back down, but she doesn't seem interested in making things easy. So what did The View say that triggered this firestorm? And what was Karoline's mic drop response that sent their legal team scrambling? Because trust me, it was brutal, and it sent shockwaves through the entire network. Then there's the $800 million question. Is ABC actually considering pulling the plug before things spiral further? Insiders whisper that execs are tired of the scandals and legal messes. If this lawsuit escalates, they just might shut it all down. And if you think this is messy now, just wait. Things are about to explode.
We will expose the fake news when they are fake. We will hold them accountable for their lies and smears of President Trump. I can also assure the American people that they are going to be hearing directly from the leader of the free world. And the press likes to hear that too. That's something that has not happened over the past 4
Once again, The View set its sights on Karoline Leavitt. And let's be honest, they weren't holding back. Doing what they do best, the hosts mocked, belittled, and threw out reckless accusations, going straight for the low blows. But this time, they may have pushed too far because the fallout was nuclear. It all started with Joy Behar, who, without skipping a beat, smugly dismissed Karoline's success as nothing more than a favor from Trump. According to Joy, Karoline wasn't talented, hardworking, or deserving of her position. She only got ahead because Trump thinks she's a 10. Excuse me, what? Are we seriously reducing a successful woman's career to her looks? This is the same show that constantly preaches female empowerment, yet here they are, implying that a young woman's achievements boil down to whether or not a man finds her attractive. The hypocrisy is off the charts. But Joy wasn't done stirring the pot, and she wasn't alone. Whoopi Goldberg wasted no time jumping in, doubling down on the insult. But instead of just attacking Karoline's success, she took it a step further, claiming that without wokeness, Karoline wouldn't even have a job. Are you kidding me? So now ambition, intelligence, and hard work mean nothing? According to them, anyone outside their elite club doesn't deserve success. Then, of course, there was Sunny Hostin, who made sure to twist the knife even deeper. She didn't attack Karoline's looks or wokeness. She went straight for the jugular, flat out dismissing Karoline's entire career. For a show that loves to talk about breaking barriers, they sure seem determined to tear down anyone who doesn't fit their mold. And this time, they may finally be facing the consequences.
They likened President Trump to Hitler. They have mocked him. They have shamed him. They have lied about him consistently on their show. And it was a joy to watch them on November the 6th when they realized that tens of millions of Americans do not listen to the lies that they have spewed. These women are completely out of touch with reality. And you're right, ABC should wake up. They just paid $15 million to President Trump's future library. That's a great thing for the American people.
According to Sunny Hostin, Karoline Leavitt's success wasn't earned. It was just privilege. Yep, you heard that right. In The View's world, if a conservative woman rises through the ranks, it's not because she worked for it. It's not because she fought her way up in an industry that often shuts out those who don't toe the liberal line. No, according to them, Karoline had it handed to her on a silver platter. Oh boy, you could feel the outrage bubbling in real time, and let's just say the backlash was instant and absolutely brutal. Fans wasted no time calling out The View for its blatant, unapologetic hypocrisy. Because, let's be real, how many times has this show demanded that we support and uplift women? How many times have they preached about smashing the patriarchy, breaking glass ceilings, and celebrating female success? And yet, the moment a woman steps up who doesn't fit their ideological bubble, suddenly all bets are off. One viral comment summed it up best. The View says it supports women, unless they're conservative. Then it's open season. And just when you thought it couldn't get any wilder, Karoline struck back in a way that no one saw coming. Instead of brushing it off, instead of going on a PR tour playing the victim, she leveled them. She didn't just clap back, she lawyered up. She went straight for the jugular, hitting them where it hurts the most, right in their wallets. And The View? Oh, they weren't ready for what happened next. Rather than getting dragged into a petty social media war, Karoline bypassed the Twitter rants, the back-and-forth insults, and the media circus. Instead, she took real action, the kind that sends shockwaves through an entire industry. She didn't just call them out, she slapped The View with an $800 million lawsuit, sending the entire network into full-blown panic mode. And this isn't just any lawsuit. This is a declaration of war. Karoline's legal team is going after The View for defamation, slander, and malicious attacks, all aimed at ruining her career, reputation, and future. She's not just asking for an apology. She's not looking for a quick payout. She's out for justice, and she's taking this fight all the way. And trust me, The View was not ready for this kind of heat.
You know, listen, if you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
Voters do not agree with these despicable women on The View. They are wildly out of touch with the vast majority of Americans, and frankly, they should seek immediate
flooding in that The View's legal team is in absolute chaos. And why? Because this lawsuit isn't just about Karoline Leavitt. It's exposing the entire mainstream media machine. Karoline's legal filing doesn't simply accuse The View of smearing her. She's pulling back the curtain on a long-standing pattern of the show attacking, silencing, and outright destroying conservative voices. Years of receipts are now coming to light. And here's the part that should terrify them. This might finally be the case that brings them down for good. But it's not just The View that's scrambling. ABC is reportedly in full-blown panic mode. Insiders say network executives never saw this coming. And now they're facing a legal scandal so massive that it could send advertisers running for the hills. And trust me, they already are. Corporate sponsors are raising serious concerns, questioning whether they want their brands associated with a show that could end up owing nearly $1 billion in damages. The network is scrambling to contain the fallout, desperately trying to keep advertisers from pulling out. But at this point, it might already be too late. And here's where it gets really embarrassing. Behind closed doors, the same loudmouthed hosts who publicly mocked Karoline are now practically begging her to settle the case quietly. Yeah, imagine that. Joy Behar, the same woman who laughed off Karoline's success on national television, is now desperately trying to save herself. Suddenly, she's not so confident anymore.
You would think,
and
you know,
Whoopi Goldberg,
ABC having just
she's
paid
feeling the heat
$15 million
Sources say
for
she's
a
even tried
defamation
reaching out through
lawsuit,
mutual contacts,
would think not
hoping
to
to set up a
engage
private sit-down to clear the air.
conspiracy theories about
Clear the air?
assassination attempts, but I guess
After
that's too
months
much to
of
ask from
mocking,
The View.
dismissing, and tearing
I mean,
Karoline
I
down,
ask you,
now
because they
she
said
wants
it.
to
Are
talk.
you aware of any plots
Too
from
little,
Elon Musk
too late.
to push President Trump down the stairs?
Absolutely not. Let me be unequivocally clear about that.
Karoline Leavitt isn't just exposing The View's hypocrisy. She's making them squirm. And the way things are looking, the show might not survive this one. And then there's Sunny Hostin. Oh, she's really feeling the pressure now. According to sources, her legal team is in full-blown panic mode because legal experts say she could be personally liable for millions in damages. That's right. This lawsuit isn't just a problem for The View as a whole. Sunny herself might have to dig deep into her own pockets if things don't go her way. And let's just say she's not looking so smug anymore. The same woman who never hesitated to take shots at conservatives is now facing the very real possibility of losing big. And suddenly the stakes feel a lot higher. Oh, how the tables have turned. The once untouchable, self-righteous hosts of The View, the same women who built their careers on mocking, smearing, and tearing down their political opponents, are now desperately trying to make this go away. The same people who demanded accountability when it suited them, who laughed at their critics, who acted like they were above consequences, are now scrambling behind the scenes, hoping this lawsuit doesn't destroy them. But here's the thing. Karoline isn't backing down. She knows this isn't just about her. This is about holding the media accountable for years of lies, smears, and reckless attacks. This is about exposing how mainstream outlets crush anyone who doesn't align with their views, how they push narratives with zero consequences, and how they've ruined reputations and ended careers without ever being held responsible. Not this time. Not with this lawsuit. Karoline isn't just fighting for herself. She's fighting for every conservative voice that's been silenced, slandered, and smeared by mainstream media elites. And her supporters? Oh, they are loving every second of it. One viral tweet summed it up perfectly. Karoline Leavitt is doing what everyone wishes they could, making The View pay for their lies. This isn't just another scandal. This isn't just some bad PR moment for The View. This is a reckoning. And it gets even worse for The View. At this point, ABC is officially in full-scale crisis mode. Executives are freaking out over how bad this lawsuit could get. And the reason is simple. This isn't just about legal fees or a PR disaster. This could financially devastate the network. ABC is already bleeding money from declining ratings, and now one of its most controversial yet high-profile shows is turning into a legal nightmare that could cost them hundreds of millions. And the worst part? Big-name sponsors are getting nervous. Sources close to ABC say that several major advertisers, the companies that keep The View on air, are starting to rethink their partnerships. The lawsuit, the hypocrisy, the public backlash, it's all becoming too much. If advertisers start pulling out, it could be game over for The View.
And so I hope that the media will focus on the issues that matter to the American people, the issues that led them to vote in a resounding way for President Trump on November the 5th. That's what President Trump is focused on more so than ever. We have an array of executive action that will be rolled out on day one to change the lives of the American people immediately.
The situation at The View has gone from bad to worse, and now major advertisers are seriously considering pulling their ads altogether. And if that happens, it's over. No sponsors, no money, no show. Sure, The View has always been a lightning rod for controversy, but this lawsuit might be too big to survive. Let's be honest, the show has been skating on thin ice for years. Between Whoopi Goldberg's past suspensions, Joy Behar's endless controversies, and the show's credibility nosediving, ABC has been questioning for a while now whether it's even worth keeping it on the air. Ratings have dropped, viewers are exhausted by the same predictable outrage. The only thing keeping The View afloat is the fact that it still generates ad revenue. But if advertisers start walking away, ABC won't hesitate to pull the plug. And this lawsuit? This might be the final nail in the coffin. Because let's be real, if The View's own hosts are now begging behind the scenes for this lawsuit to be dropped, that tells you everything you need to know. They know they messed up. They know they're in serious trouble. And for the first time in a long time, they can't control the narrative. The way things are looking, The View might not survive this one. The show is in shambles, the network is in chaos, and Karoline Leavitt, she's winning. Big time. What started as yet another smear job by The View has now turned into a full-blown disaster that could bring the entire show crashing down. Their legal team is in panic mode, scrambling to contain the damage, desperately looking for a way to make this lawsuit disappear before it completely destroys their credibility and their bank accounts. ABC executives are frantically trying to stop the fallout, hoping to keep advertisers from jumping ship. But the truth is, it might already be too late. Major sponsors are watching closely, some already considering pulling their ads. Because Because let's be real, no brand wants to be associated with a talk show that could be on the verge of losing nearly $1 billion in court. And the irony? The same hosts who were so quick to mock Karoline on live TV are now pleading behind the scenes, hoping for a private settlement to make all of this go away quietly. But Karoline isn't playing their game. She isn't backing down. She isn't letting them walk away unscathed. For the first time ever, The View is facing real consequences, and their worst nightmare is unfolding right in front of them. And this isn't just about one lawsuit. This is about holding the media accountable for years of reckless attacks, slander, and one-sided narratives. This is about exposing how mainstream platforms destroy reputations with zero consequences. How they've been allowed to smear, mislead, and silence voices they don't agree with, all while hiding behind their massive corporate safety net. But now, that net is falling apart, and Karoline is making sure that they finally pay the price for it. ABC executives are reportedly in full-scale crisis mode. The network is already struggling with declining viewership, and the last thing they needed was a lawsuit of this magnitude. Now, instead of just dealing with ratings drops, they're facing a financial catastrophe that could take down one of their most high-profile shows. And it's not just legal fees they're worried about. It's the entire future of The View. ABC has always tolerated controversy from the show's hosts as long as it kept viewers tuning in and advertisers happy. But if those sponsors start walking away, it's game over. Already, sources say several major advertisers are reevaluating their contracts. Some are considering pulling their ads immediately, while others are waiting to see how bad this lawsuit gets before making a final decision. Either way, The View is standing on the edge of a cliff. And Karoline? She's the one holding the match. Because make no mistake, this lawsuit isn't about money. Karoline isn't just looking for a payout. She's making a statement. She's proving that the days of unchecked media smears are coming to an end. That there are consequences for reckless accusations, for slander, for pushing false narratives to silence opposing voices. And her supporters? They're here for it. One viral tweet summed it up perfectly. Karoline Leavitt is doing what everyone wishes they could, making The View pay for their lies. This isn't just another scandal. This isn't just bad PR. This is a reckoning. But now it's your turn. Do you think Karoline Leavitt is right to keep fighting this case? Should The View be held accountable for their reckless, unapologetic attacks? And most importantly, is this the moment that finally brings the show crashing down for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get this conversation going. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button and hit subscribe for more breaking updates, exclusive drama, and the latest scandals you won't want to miss. This story is far from over. Things are just starting to heat up.